Yo, what is up folks, G here, taking a look at Jeskai Control in Timeless. Deck has been putting up numbers, has been doing really well in Modern as well, and hey, going from Modern to Timeless, the main thing we get here is Mana Drain, one of the most powerful cards in Magic. Believe you count something, but you get mana for its mana cost in your next main phase. In this particular deck, we don't have loads of amazing things to challenge into, the main one being the Wandering, the super powerful card draw engine, and kind of like the core of what makes the deck really good. The other new thing, if you're familiar with Jeskai Control and other formats that you're not like, hey, you've not seen the Modern deck, we are playing this energy package. We've got 4 copies of Tune the Narrative, which go alongside our 4 copies of Brainstorm. We then have 40 Out Discharge. We're playing Oversource the Plowshares as a removal spell that also generates some energy. And then kind of like channeling the extra energy if you get off of these into Wrath of the Skies. X white white, you get X energy. You then pay any amount of energy to destroy each artifact, creature, enchantment with mana value less than or equal to the amount paid. Note that if you cast it for white white and you already have energy in your mana energy already, then you can pay that energy instead, and so it can be a 2 mana Wrath for 2, and being able to pop all the artifacts and enchantments is super helpful as well, and clear up all that mess. Notably, if you are casting it for more than that, the Wandering is indestructible, so kind of, hey, you don't get to have to worry about that at any point either. So, energy package here. Alongside the 4 copies of Mana Drain, I am playing 1 main deck copy of Consigned to Memory. I'm a big fan of this card. I don't know if you've seen the Nexus of Fate video, but hey, that is pretty sweet. In this deck, not only do you counter like colorless stuff your opponent does, there are a couple of triggered abilities, but you get to counter our own Phlage, Subtlety, and Solitude evoke triggers. Well, evoke triggers for Solitude and Subtlety, or the escape trigger, or the sacrifice trigger if it's not escaped trigger for Phlage, to like keep these sticking around in play as well. And very occasionally you can like negate the damage off the Wandering, but that's more of a minor convenience. Veto giving us a hard counter versus other control decks, and also being extra counter spells versus some of the nonsense like Charbelcher that's going around in the format too. We do have 1 copy of Snapcaster Mage. It plays really well with all these cheap spells, and it's just very solid. We then have 3 mana Teferi, staple of the format. Can pick up Snapcaster or your elementals, even reset the Wandering in a pinch. Very solid. I mentioned the mana drains and those, but we also have a 1 invert polarity here. This is a counter spell. It's a bit of a cancel, which is obviously not great, but you have a coin flip to win the game a lot of the time. Choose target spell, then flip a coin. If you win the flip, you just gain control of the spell. Sometimes that'll be a better Jazi, maybe it'll be a Planeswalker. Either way, it's a bit of a free roll, and you're going to take your opponent's resources and kind of flip the game around. If you lose the flip, it just counters it. And so the opportunity cost isn't that high. It is 3 mana, which is expensive, but we're just playing the 1. We can potentially Snapcaster it back or whatever. Cool. Phlage has had a massive impact in Modern, and really good in Timeless as well. 1 red white for a 6/6 is like that Uro Croxer Elder Giant. Enter the battlefield, you sacrifice it unless it escaped. So that's where that Consigned to Memory can come in, get to stick it around. And then you can escape it from your graveyard by exiling 5 other cards and paying red or white. So kind of our mana base is a little bit tuned to being able to use Phlage. When it enters the battlefield or it attacks, it deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. It's just a lightning heal that's got a stick. And often just kill people. Like if you play it, target them, grab it back, swing, that's another 9 damage. Like, especially in this format where you've got shocks and fetches can very quickly burn your opponent out, while keeping your life total high, making sure that you can use the Wandering effectively, and being awesome at removal too. Phlage is just fantastic. And then we have a couple of free spells up here, 1 Subtlety and 4 copies of Solitude. There is a bit of like a choice here where we're playing Galvant Discharge for the Wrath of the Skies, but for Solitude obviously we want lots of white cards. You could just play some of these cards, cut the energy package and play Swords of Plowshares. That's totally reasonable. But trying the energy stuff out here for the purposes of this and seeing how good it is. The main thing being that Wrath of the Skies being able to clear up any early entrapments and artifacts is like the big benefit of going in this direction. We still have 14 white cards with the 4 Solitudes, 3 Teferi, 3 Phlage, 2 Veto, and the 2 Wrath itself. But hey, lost the pitch. Solitude being a source of Plowshares itself on a stick that we could again get the Consign on if need be, and also Subtlety here, being able to deal with problematic creatures and planeswalkers, just a bit of a tempo, and versus some of the decks in the format having some free spells to kind of enable you to tap out for Phlage, tap out for Teferi, tap out for the Wandering, really good. As I mentioned, the mana base is a little bit different to account for Phlage needing red, white, and white. We have 2 Scalding Tarn, 4 Furthest Round, 4 Aramisa for a total of 10 fetch lands. We're also playing a lot of Surveil lands in this control deck. So 1 Elegant Pile, 1 Thundering Falls, 1 Meticulous Archive. These are particularly nice here because we also get to kind of enable Phlage. We've got cards in the graveyard to escape with. And occasionally you'll like hit the Phlage and be like, oh, actually I'll just pop this into the graveyard too. Nice. Then 2 Steam Vents, 2 Hallowed Fountains, with an island, a plains, and a mountain. And then we're playing a couple of the new utility lands. One Arena of Glory, which is a enter the battlefield tapped to control a mountain, but a red tap and exert it for red. If that mana is spelled on a creature spell, it gains haste until end of turn. Importantly, when you escape this, it does get cast and does give the Phlage haste, which is really, really nice, getting to attack and get that trigger immediately. Monumental Henge enters the battlefield and taps to control planes, adds for white, but 4 mana, look at the top 5, reveal a historic card from among them, so can he reveal Phlage, can reveal Teferi, can reveal the Wandering, or super, super nice. With that in mind, I'm going to take this into some best of 1 timeless ranked. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I would really, really appreciate it. And all that algorithm stuff. And yeah, let's get into some matches. Alright, first match here with the Jeskai Control deck. And I guess this is the downside of something like this, where we have a bunch of 1-drop spells, we just have none of them here. I'm going to mulligan this, look for something with a bit more early interaction. This is fine. I'm going to keep the 3-land hand here. I'm going to put a Solitude. The Solitudes help each other a little bit. I think I maybe just get rid of the Henge. I think if I was happy starting with the Archive, I would keep this. Because we have the Discharge, I'm going to bottom it. I want to play the Thundering Falls first. And here I guess you also see the peril of having so many Surveil lands. Hey, hopefully it's fine. Gigantha staring down at us, we will just still go ahead. Leave the Thundering Falls. You look to find a 3rd land of some interaction. We'll keep this Golden Tarn on top. Alright. Do they find here? Kind of expecting. Actually, to be fair, it could be anything. Looks like red-white energy. So, no 1-drop is a. Would expect to see something there. But yeah, there's the Aether Hub. Clues us in. We got an Amp Raptor. We do have an Amp Raptor. So, the 2-for-1 chain begins. Alright, Lightning Bolt's not too bad. We can take some damage now. And we have Phlage to gain some life in a bit. I think the way I want to play this is to archive now. We can use one of these. I'm going to get rid of this Teferi. It's good versus Amp Raptor in particular, but kind of slows things down at the moment. It means we've got more cards to escape this Phlage in a little bit. Let's see what they do. We have this Discharge, and we're kind of keeping the untapped land, so next time we'll be able to go Phlage, kill something, and gain some life. I think I'm fine just discharging this. We're going to play another creature. Pay the 1. Gives a couple of energy flying as well. Amulet's actually a really nice play for them because it kind of takes us off this tempo Phlage play. It is almost tempting to run it out, but it's still got ways off of actually activating, even with Scalding Tarn. They are going to play What If Ills. Cracking here. Hopefully they do play a creature. We can make this play. Be kind of alright with that. So at the minute we have a red and a white. We do want to make sure that the next lands we fetch can tap for colours. Just so that we can ensure we can get this back on time. So, Wrath picks up both this and the Amulet. That seems too good to pass up here. I guess. I want to find a white source. I'm thinking don't want to pay the 1. I think I do not. Kind of makes you want to play a Sacred Foundry, but like we have mana drains in our deck. I think this is fine. I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna pay 0, and I'm gonna confirm 0 here, and I'll pay 2 energy. I'll clear both of these. Getting rid of the Amulet, because it gets cards and then also does that damage to us over the course of the next few turns. Seems like a good plan to me. New Aether Hub. There's still a bunch of cards left, to be fair. Fable is annoying. For sure. We'll go ahead and fire this a tune off. Alright, we see another Solitude. Yeah. It's fine. go ahead and parlor. I don't want to be to here. Most of the cards I care about are creatures, even if it does catch Fable and Amulet. I'm just going to run this out. Then we can threaten to bring it back. We are holding Triple Solitude, and if we can get another land, we can actually just start casting these as well. That way, like, our opponent will have an answer for the first Phlage, almost certainly. We'll see how things go from there. Ragavan. I sort of don't want to get hit by this. We still keep one of these. The dash ability as well is actually Breeze of Solitude here. Potentially bring Phlage. They got this flipping next turn. They got to save a Solitude. This giving them treasure is annoying, but I'm gonna let this connect. Then I flip Wandering, I'm gonna regret it. But okay, that's totally fine. That one I'm happy with. We have Lifesteal to give away. I don't really want to burn one of these. We can draw into the land. Nice. Okay. This is much more comfortable. Ooh, and then the next end steps. This is currently on my end step. Let's see, it's in attack trigger as well, so if they want to flicker the reflection, actually we can kind of blow them out a little bit. Or at least force them to use removal spells. So we can Solitude in response on this to the targeting when this attacks. And then also threaten to block in combat and to draw a removal spell here. I'm going to pass the attackers. This is going to, well, it's going to target. Ooh. And no target's fine. We will do this. Alright, now we can find a basic, which is nice. Red, red, blue, blue. At least it's blue, white. I'm gonna grab the island. I'll cast the Solitude. See what this does. We're going to try and exile the reflection. The failure will stick around in place, we can always Phlage that. Now they're kind of forced to use a removal spell here. Which I like in particular. Maybe they do not have one. Sure. Happy to trade. Alright, back up to 17. I'm going to cast this Ragavan. It's potentially they want to save the... Oh, it's annoying. The 3 energy, so at the moment... They can Galvanic Blast the Phlage, which is, hey, annoying. That's our turn. We get a tune. I'm just going to cast this first, get some information before we decide which of these we want to... Well, this is kind of leaning me towards doing this, but I think I'm happy enough with this. The one thing we want to avoid is if they have the... we have a tune, I think this is fine. Is if they have the like 1 mana exile target non-land permanent and then pay energy each turn. We don't want... I'm gonna hit Ragavan. Okay, it looks like they have discharge. That one's okay, at least this goes out to the graveyard. Or we can just bring it back next turn in theory. Yeah, that's fine. This takes them back down to 0 energy, which means we're much less like worried about amulets at that point. Okay. It was okay. They had to hit us a little. Also, again, we still gain the life and everything. We still get to kill a Ragavan with it. And it going to the graveyard means we can recycle it in a bit. There's their Phlage. This is why we want these Solitudes to be around. They can just bring that back now. That might just happen. from hand. I mean, sure, yeah, that's fine. We got treasure here. That's at least not going to let them do one of these now. Yeah, okay. They opt to add Gigantha. Alright, we hit land. Given we know they don't have a direct answer to this, I'm more inclined to do this now. So let's fetch. We have to pay the 3, but we're going to get it back. We're going to have Steam Vents. I'll hang on to Solitude. We'll do this. Pay 2. That lets then bring this back. It is like not. I want to leave the Wrath in the graveyard. I think, given everything. If we draw Snap Cast Mage, we got to Wrath. Give it back would be good. Basically, holding onto the Solitudes to deal with the Phlages in their graveyard, or potentially the Fable token. So, if they don't have a way, if they do not have a way to kill Phlage, Phlage will happily deal with this. Oh, the fetch land actually would have let us. Oh, it was a mistake. Alright. The fetch land there would have let us cast the Phlage without committing the Galvanic Discharge. I just kind of like autopiloted through that and thought we needed to get one more card in our graveyard. But that's not the worst possible. Okay, Mana Drain's also pretty good. I'm just going to attack here. We'll hit the Reflection and say go. I'm gonna say they're not gonna just put this in the way. Solitude also means we can threaten lethal here if they don't bring one of these back. I mean, we expect them to do this. We also have a Mana Drain now. They can't do both of these. This mana, unfortunately. I say fine to this. But do you want to get it exiled, or we have a good opportunity here? Let's see what else they have. They've got 2 unknown cards in hand. They also cast Gigantha. Can they flip this? Not if they'd done it this way around. They could have flipped it if they'd Phlaged their thing. Kind of nuts.
What a beautiful day, brother.
Unless they do have it. Though the Safe Hub doesn't actually tap a colour mana. What are we kicking? Alright, I'll cast Solitude. I'll Solitude Phlage. They're at 21 because of the life gain. Fine. Gonna tax trigger on the Ajani. Make sure we don't accidentally flip it for our opponent. Say go. Yeah, sure. We got Solitude back. There's still 2 unknowns. They can still bring back this Phlage. We have still the second Solitude here. We also Mana Drain this one. They're 15. Again, we kind of just have a clean answer. I'm happy enough committing Solitude to this. Yeah, and I'd rather make sure that we can counter one of these 2. Oh well. If they do end up hitting into a removal spell here. No, it's okay. Guess that's everything. We'll Solitude the new Phlage. Alright. Ooh, Henge is cool, but I'm not going to do that yet. Fortunately, Phlage being an ability and not a spell means we don't take damage from the Crusher. We get to sit back behind our counter spells and Henge. Another one. If I counter this, I can just activate it, which is a real nuisance because they can just kill the Solitude here. I'd rather cat out of the graveyard. Are they gonna Raptor? Meaning's gonna get clean outs for this. I guess I'm gonna wait. If I do this, it's gonna leave me blue red up, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna get a little bit of information here. Alright, we'll reveal the Phlage. Oh no, there's resolve. Guide Assault's annoying, but not the biggest problem. Alright, so they sitting back here? No, okay, they're gonna attack. They can't get a okay, second mana drain is pretty nice. Attack here, pick off the guide. Or they're gonna block. They're gonna get blocked, then I will not play the new Phlage. Alright. Okay. Alright, now we're sat behind 3 cast spells. Should just be a formality at this point. It does also tap the Gigantha. I guess actually these are making 1 energy now. Yeah. Alright, cool. Nice. See the next one. Alright, just remember to move my camera up. Apologies. It's no longer coming out of graveyard. We'll go ahead and keep this. We're on the play. I'm going to leave this Decklist archive. So we've got mana drain for turn 2. We can maybe funnel that towards the One Ring. The extra discharge can probably go in the graveyard. So that's kind of okay. It has also like here. Where's this? All over the whatever. It's the summer, it's going to be really a mess. Young Wolf. So we are playing against Yawgmoth, which can be... Yawgmoth is one of the best decks in the format, but we'll see what we can do. You can maybe stop some stuff. You did draw the Consign with a Solitude. Unlikely to do loads here, but hey, we'll happily take the 1. What they got? Any 2... If no 2-drop here, we have to... Okay, this we will counter on sight. Birthing Ritual is a new card from Modern Horizons 3. I'll read out the text in a moment. But, beginning of your end step, if you control a creature, look at the top 7 cards. You can then sack the creature in play to put one of the 7 cards into play, where its mana value is 1 more than the one you sacrifice or less. Unlike a mini pod. Yeah, we're gonna mana drain this. I'm gonna shock for this. In fact, we'll One Ring. Get some protection. I'm just gonna activate, see what we're looking at. Okay. I'll do this instead of playing the Steam. That's just drawing a card before we play the land, just in case we don't need to take damage. Birthing Ritual is a awkward one. So, at what point do you decide to sacrifice? We'll see. Yeah, it's not a cost either. I guess we have to let this resolve. I'm certainly not going to consign the Young Wolf, but I was thinking about like, oh, we could counter this with consign, counter the trigger with consign. It's just not really worth it at this stage. All right, what we got? So it can be a 2-drop. Okay, Bone Masters is pretty good. Obviously with Young Wolf in particular, they get to they have to target themselves with that. This can resolve. Look at them dying here. I have a choice between killing these, but I am gonna. We have red. Again, I really want the Sacred Foundry, but yeah. Alright, so we've got the other team that's in hand. This makes this way harder, actually. Okay, we're going to do an awkward thing. Alright, I'm gonna bottom this veto at this point. We want to try and find a Wrath, guys. This in itself is fine, actually. The stop on our upkeep doesn't need to be here. Okay. I just want to discharge the Bowmaster. Yeah, let's do this around. We'll pay 1. I guess the thing about the birthing ritual is that if they haven't got creatures in play, then we... Oh, that's a nice draw. I guess we run that out. Do we try and bait one more turn with it? Can play it for X. Alright, I'm going to try and play one more time with the birthing ritual. Get a bit more value. We're getting a bit greedy here, but I think that's okay. I'm just thinking about this brainstorm. Yeah, sure. They're still the top 7 again. Again, they can only get at maximum a 2-drop here. That's a 1. They're getting a Young Wolf. That would actually be kind of annoying. But not the end of the world. I was hoping to commit a bit more to the board, but obviously they're stuck on 2 lands. Alright, it's gonna mana creature. I'm gonna brainstorm here in case they do have a Bowmasters. This would draw that out. Okay, we then need to make a decision. So this is going to do 3 damage to us. We go to 8. We then have the ring trigger. We can consign the ring trigger. Is Solitude soon? I need to be a bit wary. I think I am going to kill the Bowmasters here. Just so we don't take all the damage. Okay, we got a new Wandering, which is huge. I think I'm going to put both lands on top. With the island on top of the... Yeah. My turn. Alright, so look at this. We're currently taking 1 more damage off the ring. We're going to consign that. We're going to play white. White. Yeah. Wrath this guy's fact is 0. Okay, 2 energy. I'll leave the ring untapped because I don't really want to go to 5. And say go. Alright, it's a bit more of a closer game. We'll see how things play out. Deathrite, sure. We know we've got this on top as well. Deathrite. We go to 6. I think we can afford to go to 5. Take this draw and then play a new Wandering with no counters. Alright, that's the fairy as well. Okay. Yep. That's fine. We're going to 5. We're going to go... New Wandering. We can draw here first, actually. Oh, we actually want to play Wrath. We can Wandering plus Wrath, right? See if I draw an untapped land. I do, but not one that can... I can help me with a Wandering. Okay, let's do that then. The red, blue, new ring. Play Wrath is X equals 0. Sorry, pay 1 to get rid of the death rights. And then you can say go. So we've got Solitude, and then if we untap, let's just make sure. At this point, we have basic planes we can fetch. I'm just going to discard these two. Honest Rustine, pretty good. Pick something up. Or like, I get to get back there. Oh, I'm going to go for Bowmasters. That's sort of reasonable. Okay, Salty. Again, I was saying this can fetch basic planes here. This to play. Need to get Bowmasters. We can make them pick this up, but it's a bit of a 1, 2, 3. Two Phlage on the way back down. Sure. I kind of like this, because if we can snag the Rustine, I feel like good. Alright, alright. If they say pass on the Bowmasters, like it's a bit more awkward, but I think it's okay. We can just say sure. We're living on the edge. Let them might be fine. You also cast Salty. They're going to say with go with Bowmasters mana open. Also possible. Alright, I'm gonna Salty this and then look to kind of use this opportunity to turn the corner. Fine. +1.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Events. 1. We don't have that many untapped resources actually. I want to use this brainstorm, but I'm just gonna. Huh. Back in. Alright. We have put our lifestyle in a pretty precarious position. And no boxes Haywire might. Fine. They have double Bowmasters, that would be really good. The plan was to polarity this. Alright, coin flip time. Then Rustine. Oh, it is return a creature card, not a permanent card. They've not got the mana, so now I am going to. Creature spells cost 1 less to cast, making the solidity cheaper is also quite nice. Alright, the mana drain is pretty big. This Flood Strand no longer has text on it. Oh well, it sort of does. We also have more actual creature removal. Let's pick this up. I try and close the game out here. We got mana drain, plus the Galactic Discharge, plus the Solitude. Yeah, opponent was just stuck on 2 lands for too long. Like, they had a pretty solid hand for that. Like, this is definitely a keep. But yeah. I'm gonna just discharge here. I imagine they'll exile a Wandering in response or something, but yeah, that gets them some life. I guess that would happen anyway. This I'm just gonna manage, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Go in. Not gonna use the mana here. What's that? So you have a Solitude, but are a little vulnerable to some stuff. But for all this, one option here would be to like find monumental Phlage, henge try and find Phlage, which could be rough. This is gonna resolve. I'm gonna allow this trade ability. What's the last card? It's like Shieldra. With Shieldra we have the Solitude, but otherwise like, hey. Be cool. I don't have a counter spell for this. Uh oh. For a permanent. Yeah. They have Yawgmoth. No, Yawgmoth does damage to them, not me. If they get Marionette, we'll kill them with a flyer and have an opportunity to exile. They can't get both to sacrifice outlet and anything to do damage. I think. They call it for 3, which is a number. I'm trying to think if there's anything they can have for 3, which just rolls us from here. Endurance. This is fine. Alright, we get there. We get there. Alright, this will probably be the last match. The games have actually been quite long. We've not actually hit like the real hard combos at a timeless, which is weird. We'll mulligan this for cheaper interaction, and we'll keep this because it's got double mana drain. I'm gonna bottom the planes, I think. This is pretty close actually. It tempting to bottom the tune, but helps some other stuff. It's okay. I'm gonna go middle ground. It feels wrong, but I'm gonna bottom one of these mana drains. In the hope of having a balanced hand. Basically, the tune means that we have like the tune into Wrath of the Skies draw. The Phlage is just like generically good. I will play Phlage rounds, okay. Because we have the tune, we kind of do want to play this cantrip, otherwise we'd look to Surveil. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just let this resolve. Assuming they'll take the mana drain. Honestly, it was like could be like a blue-black scam type deck, could be something like show and tell combo. But hard to tell from this. They're going and fetching again. Maybe it is like... I'm not sure. Second Thoughtseize. Alright, this makes this a bit easier. We'll go find a Thundering Falls. Yeah. Either of these would be fine. We've got the Arrow Mesa actually, so maybe. Well, at the Steam Vents. Oh gosh. Looking at one land, accidentally grab another one. Alright. Sure. Well, that's not great. I mean, it's not gonna make tons of difference, but like, yeah. I probably have bottomed the Solitude versus the start though. Which is one thing for sure. What we got? Oh, Dark Ritual Lore revealed? Oh! Actually after my own heart. That's sick. Alright, this time though we'll get an archive. Please. We still have the basic planes actually. Alright, this Phlage in the bin. If you're wondering, they know we got the Arrow Mesa. This one's to find a white source. What they got. We've not shown them either of our drawn cards since they've Thoughtseized us. At least we didn't get like a double Thoughtseize like into immediately comboed, but they've drawn a bunch of cards here. So it could be coming. Or they might have drawn the other two Thoughtseizes, which would be equally bad. I'm actually going to open this Pepsi Max. Because this water is basically run out. And is a little lukewarm. Alright, Brainstorm. It's a weird one. When I play combo decks, I seem to play into combo more. when I play control decks, apparently we play into. I don't like demonic tutor. I would like there to be a mana drain that we find in the moment. That would be cool. Hedge maze, yeah, like everything says like appears to be like show and tell combo. This is assemble the team there. Sure. The One Ring doesn't really protect us from show and tell because the primary win condition from like the omniscient show and tell deck. This is not doing anything for us here either. My turn. Oh, we found a Dovin's Veto at the clutchest moment. Alright. The one worry is that they now have Thought Season to combo. Dark Ritual's going to resolve. Assemble a team I'm going to let resolve. They've already kind of sculpted their hand a bunch. So I'm expecting them to be able to kill us off this Assemble. If this is now... Oh no! Okay. I'm going to veto the Thought Seize. We've got 2 unknown cards at the moment. Yeah. They're the show and tell. I have to let this happen. I'll put Solitude into play. Alright, nah. Question is, they've got 2 cards left. What they got to do with the Omniscience is a tough one. Like, could have maybe tried to counter the Dark Ritual, but there's never a point in time we could kind of get them with the with actual shields down. Assemble the team. That's like top 20 cards effectively. We're probably dead here. There's an Atraxa. We're a little late with our Solitude, but I just kind of hoped that they had Atraxa instead of Omniscience here. That's a dig through time. We should be dead in a moment to some kind of approach to second sun that they get from their sideboard. Just depends if they can find the stuff. There's a bunch of cards that kind of help consistency. There'll be more Atraxas. There'll be more lore revealed. Some of these effects. Born Upon Wind's a really, really sweet one. It lets you cast spells with a flash, which is particularly nice when you cast all your spells for free. There's a Mastermind's Acquisition. Okay, they're casting them in this order. I'm going to say there's a Mastermind's Acquisition. This would go and get Approach the Second Sun, cast it once, go 7 cards deep. You then dig through time, get the approach back, and win the game. But they are spinning wheels. I'm going to concede because they could have killed us by now. And, yeah. Alright, quick little wrap up. Let me move my camera back down. I need to get better at moving this around. Pretty good overall. We did lose to show and tell there. There's not very much you can do against Omnitel if you don't just counter it. That is why we have the vetoes alongside the mana drains in our deck, and kind of why I was scrambling to try and find one of these at the end there. Happens. The deck that deck is really consistent. I've got some show and tell builds up on the channel if you want to check those out. I will actually. I don't think I've posted one with Omniscience. Well, no. I posted with Omniscience, but not like specifically Omnitel to try and do the sideboard stuff. But yeah, we saw the Mastermind Acquisition there. You basically use that to go get approach the second sun, cast it, go 7 cards deeper. If you cast it again, you win the game. You then dig through time or Atraxa, get it again, cast it again, and win. And they had the Mastermind's Acquisition. They just kept casting spells, so I was like, all right, we'll scoop it up. But that's how the combo works. Overall, though, this deck is great. Like, really, really good. Maybe the best. Like I can't say every deck's the best deck in the format. One of the best decks in the format. It's one of the things that I would be actively playing if I was trying to climb and stuff. But importantly, has tons of space for tuning around, depending on your personal preferences. Like these vetoes, the Invert Penalty, the Snapcaster Mage, there's a ton of flex slots and of spaces to tinker. If you don't fancy yourself with the energy package, like we saw there, the power of Wrath of the Skies being able to clear away the enchantments. But if you don't fancy this, I want to play like Supreme Verdict, Swords to Plowshares, and like be more like tuned for like Solitude, subtlety. Obviously, Javier Dominguez in his top 8 list from the Pro Tour was playing Witch of Force Negations. We unfortunately don't have those 3 counter spells on Arena, but there are other ways you can go with the deck too. And of course, if you want to play in best of 3, Jeskai has some of the best sideboard options available, things like Rest in Peace, so you don't want to turn all your Phlages off. At some point, I might do like a Stifle control like build with like Phlage, with like all in on like Phlages and Consigns and trying to kind of like cheat these things out and keep them in play. But hey, and if you want to see that, I guess let me know in the comments. And yeah, let me know if you got any other kind of ideas for the deck. But there's a ton of flexibility, and even with a mana base, there's a bunch of different like kind of like tech lands you could play. Mystic Sanctuary, Trickheart, Mana Drain, all that kind of stuff. There's Archmage's Charm in the format. Like possibilities are pretty endless. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share it around, all the algorithm stuff. If you want to stick on a playlist and put it on muted, that would be fantastic too, all that kind of thing. And it helps me out a ton. Other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a great day.